Welcome back to Angels Citadel, ladies and gentlemen. This is Josh Wallace. I am your host of the evening. The fire is going. It's actually a reasonable temperature here in New York. Um, yeah, I know it's really weird. We hit 68 degrees today. That's right, 6-8. It was amazing. Um, so yeah, things are good. We actually don't need a fire here in the Citadel or anything, which is kind of nice. Um, but we got the snacks out and some drinks. So come sit down and we're gonna play some Numenera tonight. You might notice that we are down one cast member. That is due to some life issues. We're gonna have to part ways with uh, courts, and that saddens us, but we understand and hope for the best for her. Hope she gets to feeling better. Um, so yeah, um, we let's see here. We can go ahead and introduce our characters and ourselves. Again, my name is Josh. I'm the storyteller, the game master, the crazy guy in charge of this train wreck. Um, I'm one half of Angel Citadel. You can find me online as Angel Citadel Josh or Count Zero ASL, either one, um, all over the place. So go look and chase us around the internet. Rusty.
Hi, I'm Rusty. Rusty the Robot in the Discord and Rusty T Robot on Twitch. Uh, I play Doran the Fist Monser, who is an intimidating glaive who needs no weapon.
He is most certainly intimidating, that's for sure.
Intimidating is a stretch of the word, but
Christy, you were threatening to put your whole fist down a woman's throat the other day. That was 2 sessions ago.
well, yes, but
You ripped
still.
out somebody's tongue with your bare fucking hands.
Oh yeah. But
yeah,
still,
you did.
intimidating is on a per person basis.
It's a part-time job.
Exactly.
Hannah.
Hi there, gang. I am Hannah, and I play Andabel, a civic-minded archist who works miracles.
And my lovely other half.
I'm Joanne Wallace, the other half of Angel Citadel. I am playing a serene Wright who has a third hand.
And some other new appendages. Last time on Slaves of the Machine God.
We resumed in Melwinder's basement. Yes, that long ago, January 11th, we resumed in Melwinder's basement. Where she was surrendering because Fisto and Radius had beat the ever-loving crap out of her clone guards and then scared the bejesus out of her. We do some interrogating. It goes. And then Chips just uses the memory glove from earlier on in the campaign to just sloop out Mel's entire brain, which she then puts back piecemeal, one tiny little grain of memory at a time. Annabelle runs off to get Observer Alfreya and bring her back, and then she runs off to find the Guildmaster and bring him back. And eventually we decide that yes, Melwinder will indeed be going to jail for all of the kidnapping and the cloning and the other stuff.
Oh, man.
Shocking everyone with this turn of events. Anyway, now
You
that
mean
that
you can't just do stuff in fantasy worlds and get away with it with no consequences? What?
what do you mean consequences? Rule of law? I know we have police everywhere, but I can just fight the town guards. I won't get in trouble. Anyway, having finally settled the entirely off-book side quest we had sent ourselves on, we go back to the pyramid, where we find that the red light has turned green, which none of us know what means, but it sounds important. So we wander around for like a long time before we stop for snacks. And while Andabel and Radius and Fisto and the now absent Philo were handing out granola bars, Chips decided to lick the mysterious cube that she had gotten from the equally mysterious Fearbot. Episode 13, Constant Reader. And she starts hallucinating. Just absolute batshit crazy nonsense. Hopefully she will get a clue from this, but the DM makes it clear fairly early on that if she doesn't, she's going to die. Which all of us wish she'd said beforehand. So she's got blood dripping out of all of the holes in her head, and she's drooling. That goes on for a little while before Radius smacks her, and she seems mostly okay. It's hard to tell with Chips. But the cube vanishes and grants Cube a wish, which is to get an artifact that will guide us through the pyramid. Which, but genie style, she now has the thing we need.
It does.
It's Numenera. It might as well be magic. Who knows? So we follow the path that Chips has now sacrificed a perfectly good shirt for, and we arrive at a weird room with a sort of energy barrier door and a robot that looks just like Radius, but has some kind of like glowing circle symbol going on. And he's in there meditating. So we step through the energy barrier, and Chips becomes a cat girl, which is where we called it for the evening. Back to you.
So yes, you all turn around and see Chips with cat ears and a tail.
Chip, you're. What,
Nope.
what,
Nope. Fisto, stop talking. This isn't happening.
you're
I'm not
right.
acknowledging this is
It's
happening.
it's just a group hallucinations. That's all it is, right?
There was something weird in the water. That is not
Had-
happening. We're just seeing shit.
Friend Chips, why do you have strange appendages? Says Radius, by the way.
Radius, we gotta work on your understanding of inferences. And also direct things that I say coming out my mouth.
I have ears and a tail.
You do, in fact, have ears and a tail.
Why do I have?
Because you're a horrible little gremlin who just does weird things?
That's true, actually.
You licked some kind of disappearing cube earlier.
Oh
There's blood
yeah.
and drool all down your shirt still.
Oh yeah. Look, I touch the Numenera. The Numenera sometimes likes me. Sometimes not so much.
Well, you licked it, which is a violation of the agreement we had for you to stop doing that.
But it'd been so long.
That's not how rules work, Chipper.
It's been
Don't put
3 whole
Mr.
hours since I licked me a Numenera. And I've been getting the itch.
I just, you know what? We're just gonna focus on the other fella. We're not gonna question this. That's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna. She's a cat now. She was orange earlier. She's a cat now. Stuff just happens with chips.
I really would have preferred the orange as a cat.
It did make us look a little bit less like some kind of Super Sentai nonsense. I for one will not be putting on an adorable little sailor suit with a mini skirt. You boys can decide for yourselves.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
But you'd look cute in a little sailor suit.
With a little micro skirt.
No.
No, a knee-length skirt. I'm not gonna have you sharing all and sundry under. That'd be rude.
Oh, finally, there's something she recognizes as being rude.
Well, it was bound to happen eventually. I mean,
Just rule a large number. She had to do it eventually.
Sure.
Stop
Yes.
licking your hands and rubbing spittle all over your head. What are you doing?
I
I
think
don't
she's.
know. I need to clean.
I think she's letting the cat brain get all infested into her brain.
All right.
You
well,
say
if she-
that like it'd be much different than how I normally am.
At least you're not licking yourself. You're
She
licking
is.
other
Right,
things.
right now, she is licking her hand and then rubbing the spittle on her
At
head.
least normally, she's not licking herself. It's just weird.
All right. We have an audience, I would like to yet again remind us. There is a normal person here who doesn't know us. Unless, of course, he has done the ninth world equivalent of crossing the street to avoid us already.
no, he's still there. His eyes appear to be closed, but he's still there.
He looks a little like you, Radius, but he's not as cute. He's a triangle too. Is that your brother?
It would appear so.
Do y'all need me to do the thing again?
I'm gonna bound over and pat Cord on the knee. Hi, Uncle Cord.
Nope. Definitely should have done the thing.
The eyes open immediately, and he looks down at you. Hello.
Hi. We found you.
I did not know you were looking for me. I would have perhaps tried to make it easier.
Well, where's the adventure in that?
He appears to ponder that for a second and then answers, that is a very good outlook on life. For without adventure, one cannot learn.
Well, my daddy always said that it's all about the questions, because no matter how many times you find answers, you're going to always have one more question.
Your father seems to be a wise man. and he sets his feet down. He's obviously floating, and stands up to his full height, which is actually exactly as high as Radius is.
Radius, this is usually the part where you say something.
Closer and looks the other automaton over and says, Cord. Your name is Cord. Yes, and yours is Radius. We have come to find you. I am troubled. I have lost some of my memory, and the others, I cannot see them anymore. There are others looking for us as well. Yes, indeed. I met one of them far from here. They wanted to collect something from me. I don't understand what it was, some sort of key or something, and would not abandon such desires, and I was forced to cause them to stop. Interesting. These are my companions. This is Chips are done, and he gestures at Chips. And
Who waves excitedly.
this is Andabel, and this is Fisto.
Doran.
Yes, Doran.
Your
Well,
listings on
Sarah-
nicknames. Your listings on nicknames get to for me.
Well, and to be fair, the only thing that anybody else calls you is Fisto.
Well, yeah.
So that would
Fair.
he tends to remember that.
It's entirely too good of a nickname.
A nickname
And
that reminds
Dorian's my
you.
papa.
A nickname that remind you, Doran is very much against.
How
Dorian is
tragic.
grandpa.
We can go back to Chipper calling you daddy if you'd like.
I would rather die.
Cord looks at the two of you, and his eyes narrow slightly, and then he says, I am not certain the generational math works for such a relationship, but I will take your word for it.
Oh no, you're right. The math is not mathing on that one, just at all. You are not wrong. So really the whole quest we had was to find you, and now we have found you. So
Indeed, I am here.
ta-da! Do
did it.
one or both of you know what we should do next in order to assist you with whatever robot dream thing is plaguing y'all?
Well, we should probably return to Amber Keep to see if they need any assistance. But ultimately, I believe it is important that we find the rest of my brothers and sisters or family and see if any of them were able to determine what it is that these prophets, as they call themselves, are after.
Well, as far as we've been able to determine, what they are after are little memory marbles, a key that none of us can find, and just saying generally freaky, insane things.
Well, they are cults. That's kind of what they do.
Yeah, as a rule, cultists
Cults be culting.
say
They
things,
do be coping.
which I don't. I was really hoping you'd say you knew what the key was, but if you don't know neither,
No,
we
but
already.
I
Chipper's been. Sorry.
you're fine. I do seem to have found something. And he holds up this clear crystal, clearish white crystal, that he was holding above his head. This is an object known as the diamond mind. The explorers that had attempted to retrieve it from here um, were unable to do so. I suspect because they were not as I am, as Radius is. Um, it appears to be able to see into our own minds and motivations and things. Um, it it looks like, as I have delved into my own memories, there exists some hidden connection between myself and four other entities. Um, I believe if Radius is one of those, um, but I do not know who the other three are. Well, Radius says, I do recall that there were 9 of us. And as I understand from my own memories and what I've been able to recall, only 5 remain. So it may be that those 5 are the connection points that you have seen in your own memory.
All right. Chipper, I don't know if you were listening, but we're going to play the inference game again. And no Ganics are allowed to touch the shiny rock. You will definitely not put it in your mouth.
Well, no, it's too big to go in my mouth. And no, he didn't say organics can't touch the shiny rock. He just said that
I'm
organics
telling
couldn't
you not
leave
to
the
touch the
pyramid.
shiny rock.
Well, I don't have to touch it. I can study it from here with my eyeballs.
I'm aware that you can, but I have never known you to be satisfied with only your eyeballs on a Numenera.
Well, that's what my other hand's for. And he's holding it, so I can just study it while he's holding it. And I will understand Numenera.
Okay. All right, what do we got?
Well, it's saying that I got a 6. Because I gotta go get my dice. I forgot to get them. But
The
I'm
robo
also
dice have betrayed
specialized
you.
in understanding. Yeah, I know. Well, it's Forge. Forge betrays me.
So 4, let's see, that's level 2, level 3, level 4.
Well, if it's a level 4 item, dropping it down by 2, I'm specialized.
No, that's what I mean. So you roll the 6, that gets you up to level 4 with the specialization. That is indeed more than the level of the cipher. So, It is a device of crystal and organic components about a foot in diameter. Using the device would seem to require hours or even days of concentration. Um, in the hands of a true automaton, the diamond mind allows a user to map the full extent of their own consciousness over the course of several months of concentration. Any automaton that attempts and finally succeeds at this is mentally restored. They repair any lingering mental damage, remember any partially missing knowledge, and clear out any corrupted signals so they regain abilities that have been blocked.
Interesting. Can more than one automaton use at the same time?
At the same time, no.
I will share that information with the group. Yeah, that's a T-fragger.
All right. We're gonna pretend I know what the hell you're talking about.
If you're an automaton, it makes your brain go fixie. It fixes your brain and restores memories, and makes your brain work better.
All of that sounds very good. What happens if you are not an automaton?
It eats your face.
Yeah, that's sort of where I
There
figured.
we go. There it is.
Well, it doesn't
Yeah.
really eat your face, but it'll make your mind not work right
Again, there's always
because you're organic and not a true automaton. So Cord can use it, and Radius can use it, and my baby girl outside can use it, and any of the other automatons that are true automatons can use it. But organics will get brain fried.
Okay, so definitely no licking.
Well, of course I'm not gonna lick it. I like my brain where it's at, in my head.
and I take
I
it
wouldn't
that
know that
even
after
though
your
I've
last
got,
licking incident.
I take it even though I got all these implants, that doesn't count, correct?
No, because you've still got a fleshy brain. You still have an organic brain. Therefore, your organic brain disqualifies you. And Mr. Handy's not really smart enough. He's not a true automaton. He's cute, though. That's my boy.
Yes,
Okay,
your
but
little Molestatron
what-
3000 is not a proper automaton.
What qualifies a proper automaton?
No organic parts.
Right, but you're
Sentience.
okay. That's what that.
It's got to be a person, but without meat bits.
Yes.
All right. Well, that sure does sound handy and very helpful since apparently all of our robot friends have had their brains scrambled up.
Yeah, but we're talking months of piecing it back together. And I don't know that we actually have months.
Well, that's somewhere in the neighborhood of how long it would take for us to make a person remember a thing involuntarily. So,
Because remember that weird vision came in the fall, so it's getting close to fall.
oh yeah, we were on the road for just damn near forever, weren't we?
We were.
That was a
Yes,
long
you
and
were.
uneventful trip through the mountains. Punctuated only by an old man telling Chipper sexy stories.
Reverse that. Chipper told the sexy stories.
Both of you told sexy stories, and all of the rest of us were horribly traumatized.
But it's such a cute love story.
That is not. Mm-mm. Those are not words that go in cute anything. I'd accept love story for certain values of love, but cute? Absolutely not.
No, it's just like just
Well, it's not like I was sharing my porn or anything.
Yes, that is exactly what you were doing. You and that weird old man were narrating porn at us.
yeah.
No, it wasn't porn.
It
For like
Chip,
30 minutes.
for lack of a better term, it was porn.
You're just jelly.
About what?
That I watched a teenage girl and an old man telling each other sexy porny stories around the fire.
Because you didn't have any sexy, corny stories to tell.
No. No, I did not.
None that I want
And
to
not
air
with-
out. None that I want to air out into public. No.
Again, there
what's
was a
the public? It was
teenager
just you.
sitting there at the fire. No responsible adult would have said anything sexy. I'm real
Well,
glad
that's
he
why I'm not a
escorted himself
responsible
away.
adult. That's why we had Puppy.
Lord God. All right. Robots, I don't know what you two want to do at this point going forward.
They're
Like,
staying with us.
are we all heading back to the Amber Keep together, or Cord, you've
Yes.
taken off on another mission, or do you just want to sit here in this godforsaken triangle? I don't recommend sitting in the godforsaken triangle. There are definitely creepy cult people in the godforsaken triangle.
I'm pretty sure he got squished.
I don't
Now
think
that
all of them got squished.
Now that Radius is here, I will go with him.
All right. So I think we're just gonna turn around and use Chipper's triangle only GPS to get us back out of here. And
Or
we
I could
will.
just pop us out. But we need stuff. And
All right, you have a button
I'm
for
gonna
that.
shake the globe and tell it that I need to find some oraculum.
Oh yeah, we didn't get enough shiny rocks.
So it immediately lights up several paths that go from where you appear to be to other rooms in the building.
I will take Radius by the hand and Cord with the other hand and start leading them away. While chattering Cord's ear off. Full blown 16-year-old nonstop talking.
You watch as Chips takes the two robots, one in each hand, and starts leading them off, her tail flicking behind her excitedly as she's chattering away.
Bisto, you ever get the feeling that we have totally lost control of the situation?
All the time.
Okay. As long as it's not just me.
No. It's not just you. It's all the time.
Oh.
Especially with that one. This is why I never had children.
Come on, Grandpa!
Let's go.
Let's just go. Let's just go. It'll only get worse if we wait.
Yeah, right, it will. Well,
Away we go after Chipper and the Robot twins.
Okay. Over the next 4 or 5 hours, you traipse through this giant pyramid, past things and sights that you have no words to describe. eventually you stop at 3 separate locations and find a rather large amount of oraculum. That you can take and bring back to the town.
Excellent. I put it all in my pocket.
We're going to call that 10 units of oraculum.
Oh, you're being generous.
Well, it's for the town, right?
Well,
Right?
yeah.
We gotta like rebuild buildings and such like.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the umbrella thing to protect the buildings with the oraculum from the sludge stuff. And at the same time, I will be asking Cord if he's familiar with the sludge stuff.
They mentioned it when I first arrived. However, I did not see it for myself.
All right. Well, we've got all the rocks we needed. We've only seen about 6 other random corpses stuffed in weird corners in various stages of skeletalization because it is
Did
creepy
we
in
find
here.
any of the eyeball dudes?
I didn't see any.
You did not.
Any more journals or anything like that?
No.
Because yes, I would stop off at each body and check for a journal. Because I'm collecting them, like Pokemon cards.
They've been alarmingly useful, given that they are primarily filled with chaotic ramblings. But if we have enough rocks, does anybody else need anything else inside the triangle before we go?
I don't
No,
have to
'cause I
get
can
out
always
of
come back.
here. But I don't have to get out of here.
Okay. Then huddle up and Chips will push the eject button.
We huddle up and I push the eject button and we pop out in the town.
You
To
use
the
one of your
alarm and
ciphers
concern of the town
and,
folk again.
You pop out inside the town. Annabelle, roll me a d20 after calling high or low.
Low. 18.
Lovely. You pop
What'd we
out in
land on?
town. In front of the guild compound, where there are approximately 10 people milling around, working and talking to each other and things like that. And you appear and they all start screaming and backing away in shock and surprise and a little bit of fear. And it sort of dies down 10, 15 seconds when they see it's you, the 3 of you. And one of them happens to be a child who shrieks and points and says, "It's the Fisto Monswear! The hero of Delend!"
And Doran's going to get down onto his knee to get eye level with this kid, and he's gonna say, "Hello."
He starts tugging at so he's with an older man, probably his father, because he starts going, "Daddy, daddy, daddy, look! It's the fist!"
I am so glad that I left y'all unsupervised for a whole 10 minutes.
All Thalo was doing was telling a story, and I just partook in it. That's all that happened.
I'm not usually pleased when I leave y'all unsupervised, but this time it worked out.
I don't know what to do with fame and adoration.
Um, Probably like sign something, or
Yeah, right. Do I?
that would.
Does anybody here have a pen?
I mean,
Andabel hands you a pen.
All right. Is there something you wanted me to sign?
And he looks up at his dad expectantly.
Sir, is there something you would like?
He reaches into a pocket and he pulls out this kind of half crumpled piece of paper. And as he straightens it out, you see on one side of it is a bill of sale for some wood, but the back side of it's blank. And he hands it to you. I guess this.
Sure, that works just as any. And he's gonna stand up and he's gonna start, signing his name, and he's gonna look at the dad quietly. Your kid does know that it was just a story that was being told, right?
That's not what we heard.
Really?
which story did you hear?
What did you hear?
So, he goes to start telling you, and the librarian races up the road as he does,
Oh, he's
totally
faster
out
than
of
I
breath,
thought.
right? As she does, she grabs Thalo and tugs her along. We've got so much to talk about. What do you know about making statues? And Thalo says, I mean, I don't really know anything about making statues, but I suppose I could learn.
In just the most confident Valley Girl voice, as
Mhm.
she describes her peak aesthetics
So
and her mastery of all things visual.
as she gets drug off, you hear the words statue, fisto, hero, or heroic, I should say. And that's all you hear. And then they're gone.
Right, again, which
You're the worst bodyguard, you know that?
like I'd be able to stop something like this.
And he goes on to explain how like 100 kids and 3,000 people saw you fight off a dragon single-handedly that was going to destroy the entire town and the pyramid and everything.
And Doran's going to look over at Andabel, look back at the guy, look over at Andabel, and he's just going to
literally no way there's that many people in this town.
Yeah, and he's going to kind of do one of these things like,
I mean, technically, you did save the town from a monster.
I did. Oh, I did. You're right.
Some of the details are a little fuzzy, such as I'm pretty sure there are only about 250 people in this entire tiny smudge of
But
a town. But
I did rip out the dragon's tongue.
you were very scary.
I did rip
Bad
out
guy
the dragon.
defeated.
Again, I ripped out the dragon's tongue.
So yeah, he gives you that tale.
All right, and then with that being said, Doran's going to, he's going to do his signature and hand the piece of paper back to the guy.
He promptly hands it to his son, and his son clutches it to his chest like it's the most precious thing that he's ever seen.
Oh, children.
Thank you, Mr. Monswear.
Of course. And if the town's ever in trouble again, just find me and I'll help.
Oh, we will. I promise we will.
Now run along, run along.
He races off and starts screaming, Billy, Anna, you're not going to believe it.
It,
All right then.
He's gonna look back at the others. I don't know what to go from here.
Well, there was something that the guildmaster wanted to talk to us about, but I'm pretty sure he just wanted more of the special MacGuffin rocks so that he could also reinforce the town and prevent it from melting. So, I guess we just gotta let Chipper loose to build whatever the hell it is she's gonna build to resolve the problem. Chipper, let go of your thumb. Chipper,
But I'm thinking.
stop putting things in your mouth.
That's how you got the ears.
No, I got the ears because of the sparkly field.
I'm not gonna guess how she got them. She was just walking through a field and turned orange earlier.
If I'm being honest, I just assumed it was because she licked something. So I wasn't paying attention when it happened. I
mean, I haven't been keeping count, but I'm pretty sure she's got about 13 goddamn Numenera stuffed in her backpack, which is just a recipe for weird shit to happen.
I have 4 in my backpack. The rest are in the cipher bag.
Pretty sure that is still a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
No, of course not. Not even a little disaster.
All right, robots, would you
So,
take the
what
sass
do I
mouth
need to
and
do? What do I need to roll to make the oraculum umbrella for the town?
That is it's essentially an installation. It's a level 6. You have all the component between what you brought back from the pyramid and the stuff that you could easily loot in Melanwer's apart or her house. You have all the stuff that you need to make what you need to make.
Okay, it's an installation that puts it to a level 9. I am specialized in creating with Numenera, drops it down to a 7. I have my third hand, drops it back to a 6. I have my little automaton workshop, brings it down to a 5. I have my little Mr. Handy, takes it down to a 4.
you've also got
need-
whatever other help the rest of us can give you.
You need
Yes,
1, 2, 3, and a 4.
I mean, I have, if I'm not mistaken, I've got something that might be able to help you, but
12, 16, 20.
One more.
19.
That's good enough. It will take you probably the better part of a week.
Well, yeah.
To do all the prep work and teach the guild master how to install the things. But once you're done, there is a field that goes up focused through the oraculum in each of the, for lack of a better way to say it, umbrella poles that covers the buildings in town.
Excellent. And I will teach him how to do it and make it work. And I'll make sure, since Phalo got kidnapped, I'll make sure she knows how to make it work. And leave the plans behind. Make a duplicate of the plans, because I stole the plans from the Chicky Boo. Leave a duplicate of the plans, that way if they need to repair them, they can.
Okay. As you're working on that and working with the guildmaster and working with Thalo, you note that Thalo's trying very hard to um, design a sculpture of Doran, and if you're completely honest, it looks more like a stick figure than anything else.
But she
she's
made
trying.
such a fabulous illusion of him.
She did.
I will help with the making of the statue, and I'll even automate it to where it gradually changes position and says things like, "I am the Great Fist."
I'm not gonna stop her from doing that. We've
So
got.
are you staying around while this is being built? Because it's going to take a while to build a statue.
No, I just leave her the device that she
The
needs
stuff,
to plug
okay.
in.
Okay. So if y'all ever come back to Delend, you can see a giant statue of Duran Monsieur.
All right. Well, then we need to collect that scientist feller who was trying to run away from the observatory, who we promised sanctuary to, the robot that Chipper promised sanctuary to, supplies for all of us to go on like a 6-month excursion through the mountains, and
It was only a month. Your crawler does better
the
time
crawler is plenty fast. The problem is we kept getting lost, which is why fourth thing is get a fucking map.
Yeah, a map would be the one of the better things to have.
We got lost so many times because we couldn't roll for shit, and none of us have like tracking or outdoor skills of any kind.
Nah, no, I'm trained in navigation now. Remember, after that whole incident, I trained in navigation.
Which makes our odds of getting back before next Christmas slightly better. Map.
But yeah, no, I really, we're still pretty fucked, probably. So
So you put together provisions and things like that, and they give them to you based on you building the Red Rain umbrella over their town, and yeah. They do not actually have a map here, other than probably 5 or 10 miles in any direction.
I'd take directions to the next town.
Okay. Let me.
I know we're out on the ass end of nowhere right now, but surely they're not that removed from society. Is the wrong window.
You can. You can actually. His tentacle crawler remembers the way back. I totally forgot about that. It is not exactly an automaton. It is somewhat sentient as well.
Squid Bus knows how to get home is the best news I've heard all
Yeah.
day.
It remembers the path back. Now, that being said, it will take the path that you guys wandered around in the Black Riage while you were wandering around, but
Lost his shit in the woods, but
it can in fact get you back home.
good enough.
So
All right, well, that's me.
in the next month, you travel back across the Steadfast, down through the the portions of Thamor and Malevich and the Patheron Empire that you have to cross to get back to Amber Keep. And yeah, you arrive.
Travel montage, 80s music.
Travel montage, 80s music. Unless you guys want to stop in any of the towns on the way, there's Thriest, which is the capital of Malevich that you guys go through. Rarnon, which is the capital of the Pytheron Empire, and then Farbron, which is a city most of the way to Amber Keep. Not quite the same distance as Ian where you started, but it's fairly close.
I don't know that we have any pressing business in any of those locations, provided we are not hijacked along the way by gear faces
Hmm.
or
You
other
do
nonsense.
not find any gear faces.
Chipper, do you want to stop anywhere?
No,
Get souvenirs? No. Fisto, you got anything you want to do as we're heading back?
So we just get back.
All right. Radius and or Cord, do y'all have any notions about what you want to do before we get back?
Cord speaks up. The only thing that I would request is when we stop in a city to ask if they know of any others like us.
Well, sure, we can do that. I mean, we're going to be in 4 or 5 sketchy dive bars in every town we go to, so.
So you do, and along the way, nobody does, but it doesn't seem to affect. Maybe that's not the quite the right word. Um, there is no apparent change in Cord's demeanor at the lack of news.
Well, the good news is that means that wherever your friends are, they weren't here. We can mark this off the map, and it means they didn't run into them gear faces running around out here on the fringes of nowhere.
Perhaps not.
So, crossed fingers, they're still safe someplace, just a long walk away.
Indeed. We have much to hope for. And you arrive back in Amber Keep. They are extremely glad to see you. They're a bit curious at the sight of another Radius-like automaton, but They do seem happy to see you. It takes them approximately 2 days before they start reappropriating Phalos's stage for other things. But
Her
needs
brightly
must.
painted flowers on all of the fences will still be just a little piece of her living on.
They are still there. It's yeah.
Because she turned everything in the place bright colors.
So you're back at Amber Keep. What do you want to do? You have some extended downtime.
Hmm.
Goodness, when was the last time we were home?
Ooh, that's yeah. When was the last time?
September.
Yes, it was last year.
I'm gonna check in with the other rights and see how they're coming on the installation building that I left them in charge of.
They are doing quite well.
And give them some of the stuff that I've looted over the course of my goneness.
And they all get excited. It's Iotum, of course they get excited, but yeah, they have this place is, it's not designed to be a military installation, but there are 100 to 150 people here. There are some defenses. There are some ways to communicate with Ian to where people could come if they need to, and they've been getting regular caravans from Ian and Fort Farbron to where trading is happening and commerce. They're getting the things that they need. This is turning into a for real settlement. You notice over the next few days that Cord goes back to studying the diamond, though not full time. He will speak with Radius. He'll speak with you guys and really anybody else that wants to talk to him when he's not kind of closeted away, concentrating on the object and trying to get his memories back. But you spend probably a week to a week and a half getting back into the swing of things, and Annabelle, you are co-opted by
Mayor Cranberry. Sorry, it was Cockatiel, Mayor Cockatiel.
Kadri. You are
Cornish
co-opted by
Rex.
Kadri. I'm sorry, there's a lot of NPCs in this thing. I had to go back and find it.
I was not helping.
To help with, motivating the town and settling disputes and things like that. Yeah. And that's where we are. It is the 4th day of the week. You are out doing regular things. Chips is probably working with the rights, and Fist is probably training the local guards people and militia to fist things, and Annabelle's working with Kadri, Cranberry, whatever. And you hear a high squalling note that shivers the air. Loose stones dance across the drit, and some of the tall structures inside Amber Keep even start to sway. You see, from the south, a flock of winged creatures in the sky abruptly change course and head back south to escape the sound.
It wasn't me this time.
You better be right.
Oh, by the way, and Zoyan is particularly interested in you and the ears and the tail and medically trying to understand how that's possible.
So I am constantly hiding from Zoyan and getting as high as possible to make sure I'm out of their reach.
Yes.
Granted, I mean, we're all trying to understand how that's medically possible, so.
Nope. Nope.
I will
Nope.
perch on
If you
Radius's
figure it out,
shoulders
don't
on a
tell
regular.
me.
I will be perched on Radius's shoulders on the regular because that's the only place I'd be safe.
That works.
All right. So, loud and horrifying noise followed by the ground shaking and the wildlife fleeing.
Yes.
Let us seek out the source of the noise.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, it's been too quiet.
Well, it ain't quiet anymore.
Been a whole 4 days since something terrible happened.
You spend some time looking around and make a perimeter around the keep. And when you look west, you see forming up on a rise a horde of several hundred human brigands riding on a mismatched hodgepodge of vehicles and mounts. Some of them bear banners that show a ring of crown made of machine parts. On the largest vehicle stands an automaton that somewhat resembles Radius, except that it has attached additional metallic implements and armor to itself, as well as other smaller objects, difficult to make out at a distance. The automaton wields what looks to be a length of burning red light, like a sword, twice as long as the automaton is tall. Several seconds after you spot them, and the initial blast of sound dies away, a voice nearly as loud issues from the largest vehicle, apparently the voice of the automaton, gesticulating with the burning sword. It says, "I am Axis. I am your ending. You have but one chance to survive. Bring out one among you that looks as I do. Bring out Radius within the hour. If you do, you will live. If you don't, my horde will descend upon your community like a fiery flood. We will kill every last one of you. Only by giving me Radius can you avoid this gruesome ending."
For fuck's sake.
We just can't have a full week to relax, can we?
Y'all's family tree is ridiculous. Just so you know.
I'm gonna look at Radius. Is he one of yours?
He would appear to be, yes. I do not remember him, but the resemblance is undeniable.
We're not actually.
He is a triangle.
We don't plan on just handing Radius over, do we?
No, but I gotta get close enough.
Before we do that, Radius, do you want to go? I don't know
Or
how
do you want me to turn into Chunky Salsa?
I do not wish to end my life. No.
Okay. All right. I don't know how y'all's thing is working out, but all right. Well, I suppose in order to get to a talking it out place, we would need to well, talk to them. And they
Do we
I mean,
gotta?
Annabelle, you're the one who does all the talking.
yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Chips, have you got a megaphone down there? Cause they are just
I will hand up a
mad
megaphone.
maxing around out there.
Are you sure I can't just blow him up and call it a day?
Well, not first thing, because it might be one of the people that Radius needs to talk to about
Well, not him, but
dreams and
everybody that's
stuff.
behind it. Because they're standing right where they were standing in the dream that we had, that vision, and yeah, I did some stuff.
What did you
Some
do?
stuff? You said you were putting up turrets. Is turrets not all you put up?
Of course not. Not for that many. I mean, I might get about half of them with the turrets, but I also put landmines.
You did what without telling anybody?
Well, they won't go off unless I say the magic button, and I was going to give you the magic button.
Cheaper, you need to tell us things.
Well, I told everybody that they all knew.
That was going to
But
be a
you
space
didn't
potato
tell
farm.
us, Chip. You didn't tell us.
Yes, I did. I told you I was making defenses for our town, and the best defense is a good offense.
I didn't think that landmines was going to be the option here.
She did say turrets
not?
and stuff. I didn't question the stuff.
You're right. You're right. We should have known better.
I didn't ask for details. I was busy building farm.
You do remember I like
wouldn't pay attention.
explosives, right? That's
Don't
how
do
Philo and I got along so well, is because we liked making stuff go boom.
How can we forget?
Good Lord. Okay.
So
What I will say is that the three of you should all have in your characters abilities that can affect a community.
I have
Hopefully you
several,
wrote-
yes.
Hopefully you wrote those down.
Yes, I did.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't have them here. I don't remember what they were.
Mine is just I boost the community I'm in and everything in it by 4 points. But he is a machine, and I can disable machines.
I'm going to be completely for real with you. I don't have it written down on mine. I must have forgotten to do that.
I've got so many things that do that, I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
When I am present within the community and actively and personally working on behalf of the community. +3 is added to the community's infrastructure. So instead of level 6 turrets, I have level 9 turrets.
I mean, civic minded means that I boost the health of the community I'm in, and community leader means I boost everything except damage dealing. So. And then I can heal people and not touch the Numenera.
Yeah, you don't get to touch the Numenera.
I think those are the only things that like give boosts directly to the community instead of having like a secondary effect.
I'm trying to remember which book that would be. That's in here.
It should be in Destiny. I'm trying to find it for you.
I don't know that.
I don't think that.
Because he's a glaive.
I am a glaive. Yes.
So there's that. That's just generic ones. There's a glaive specific one that I gotta find again. Each character type has a specific thing that they can do.
Oh, here it is. I found them. I found the glaive specific ones.
And what page are you on?
That would be page 39 of PDF. Page 39 of the book. 40 of the PDF. So
You
found
heard
it
it
from
here,
the list.
constant reader.
That would be third tier.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so I've got community
That's the
defender.
page I was looking for.
Yep, so there's community defender. When you're present within a community and actively and personally working on behalf of that community, community's effective rank for damage inflicted is +1. And then as a third tier glaive, improved community defender, community continues to modify its effective rank for damage inflicted by +1. However, you do not need to constantly be present in and actively working on behalf of the community for it to gain its benefit. It gains it merely because of your past defense of the community.
So they automatically gain +1 to attack because you have been awesome for them.
Exactly.
And
yes.
I give them +1 to everything else.
So is it time for me to give this radius look-alike a bad day?
Well, it's 9:50, so I feel like you're going to be reined in momentarily.
Yeah, we're coming up towards the end of the stream here.
Wow.
Man.
Time flew.
Yeah, it did. However, what I will say is that when they get close enough, you see this automaton. And he looks like that.
My goodness.
Oh, so it's a fist fight. He's won.
Yeah.
Is that a human head?
That is, in fact, a human head.
That is
Okay.
100% a human head on that leg.
Okay.
So basically, this is a job for Doran and Radius, is what you're saying here.
No,
I
Chips is ready to
mean-
give him a very bad day.
I will be happy to yell things through the megaphone, but I suspect that no matter how well I roll, I will not be able to persuade that fella not to stab people.
So what I will say, and we'll probably end here, just as a point of fact, what you may want to do between now and next session is take a look at community actions and think about the things that you want to do or that you can do to bolster the community or harm their community in an upcoming battle. Because as it stands without you guys, Amber Keep is very outmatched. There are several hundred horde with him. We are not going to fight out several hundred versus 3 or 4. That's just beyond the scope of this stream. So we're going to handle this as community actions. But there may be some things that you guys can do outside of straight up stabbing people that that will tip the tide of the battle one way or the other. So be thinking about that. Also, because we finally completed the philosophy of change adventure, y'all can take an advancement.
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
you have turrets. Both of those can actually shoot at some of the army. So you've got options. You've got things that can happen.
We built
Feel
this
free
place to chase off the occasional bandit raid, not this.
No.
Yeah.
See, Chips was left unsupervised for an entire week while
Chips was
hiding
left
from Scion.
unsupervised for 4 entire weeks, while Fisto was distracted by the amphitheater and Andabel was busy building a stable and setting up farm life. You had a whole month to lose your damn mind out in the...
So yeah, can you say trench warfare? I can say trench warfare.
So that is where we will stop for the evening, because what's coming is going to take a while. So by all means, feel free to use the chat for the game to plan things out and think of all manner of nastiness
Oh goodness.
for my poor brigands. And we will see everybody in 2 weeks. So from
Everybody in 2 weeks.
from our citadel to yours, happy gaming.
Bye.